Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna play another Yandere dating sim found itch.io called Lost and Found. Let's begin. PSA. This is our first ever VA project. This is only a demo for what we plan to do. It's currently in further development as we are hoping to continue updating it. Please be nice. This visual novel deals with many heavy themes that some could find triggering. Here's the content warnings. Please play with caution. Player discretion is advised. What's your name? Well, we're gonna go with Wyan because I'm being lazy. Your name's Wyan, is that correct? Yes. What are your pronouns? Sheer. Here's a sample sentence. The woman over there is Wyan. She's playing Lost and Found. Is that correct? Yes. Your ears ring. A thunderstorm echoes behind your ears. Behind your eyes. You slowly come to realize where you are. Turn your gaze upon the crowd standing within the hall. You clap with their eyes all focused upon a singular point on the stage. They were entrapped completely. As if whatever they had just watched ignited the shine of the star within them that they no longer believe was there. You look down, feeling the heavy weight of the camera on your hands, weighing you down to the spot by the stage. Everything feels fuzzy, as if the weight of 1,000 skies had laid upon you, your body moving in slow motion. You shake off your slumber, ignoring the uproars of the crowd behind you as you hazily remember what it is you are meant to be doing. Your current purpose. Your current temporary purpose. You muster up as much strength as you could to lift up the camera, even if it feels as though the hinders your body are coated with molasses. The hinges of your body are coated with molasses. Slowly you manage to lift the camera to its correct position, fiddling with the buttons and knobs to focus the lens. With deep sigh, your trembling lungs, you look through the viewfinder. Joke's on me, I will just use it by phone. And soon you realize why everyone was so entranced. Standing upon the stage was a person who could rival the sun itself. They shone with the brightness that consumed and devoured the space they stood in. They command the stage, command the eyes to them, command you to them. You let out a breath you didn't even realize you were holding, and it was as if the person felt the heaviness in your breath, and then They turned. Their gaze drifts to where you're standing. They stare directly through the lens, instead lay their gaze upon the person holding the camera. Us. They're looking at you. Though the same lens with which you had been watching them. They watch you. You freeze, stilled into place by those piercing eyes. It's as if time stops. The world around you muffles. The cheer and applause from the crowd dimming down the soft hum. Your hands tremble, not knowing whether it's due to the weight of the camera or the weight of the person's stare. There was no performance, and in the moment it felt as though it was the only thing that you felt real. Tilting their brown curls fall into the curtains to frame the sparkle in their eyes, and then they smile at you, and it's as if the heavens were descending upon this mortal plane to bless you with their light. The warm glow envelops you, knocking the trembling breath out of you as you gaze upon the brightest star within your sky. Though your bloodstream did their warmth crawl, slowly enveloping every inch of your body, like a molten honey, devouring your cells and birthing them anew. The warmth was deeper than anything you had ever felt. It was addicting. For the first time in your life, you felt something, felt starved, you felt fed, you felt everything and nothing at all, felt worthy and useless at the same time. You felt as though you were nothing but a lonely plant, distantly orbiting the bright sun, hoping to feel the warmth, even if it's a mere second more. The person stares for a little longer before turning to the crowd, bowing once more, with hands held with theirs, winking like a constellation with those who could only hope to be bright as them. They turn as they exit the stage, they turn their gaze upon you once again with a spark on their eyes. The curtains were closing, the light was leaving, the night would fall upon your mind once again. Something galls desperately within your chest, a wormhole slowly consuming you. You breathe in quickly, dropping the camera from your shaky hands. It falls to the floor with a clatter. All you could focus on was the back of their head as they left, shining beacon, winging the other stars through the sky. The need to feel the warmth took over as you stare, needing to move. But does someone like you deserve the warmth? Yes, we do. Desperation and scarcity battles each other, and before you realize, a trembling hand starts to rise. But as you reach out to try to close the orbit, just a little, please, you beg, just a little. A soft buzz thrums in the back of your head. Okay, I thought that was my phone. You try to ignore it, but the buzzing grows stronger by the minute. Soon your vision trembles and wavers as the distance gets bigger. You'll never be able to reach them. Maybe you don't deserve to. Ugh. I like her design. Titanic. Riding, Indiana Jones. Dawn Twilight. Hamlet. I can't tell the others on top of my head. The buzz glows glows harder and more, shaking you as your weary core, and suddenly you wake with a start. Your breath comes out in a panic huffs, eyes staring with sleep, stinging with sleep and regret. You frankly look around, hoping, praying you're still here, still there, that you could try again, but the hope quickly crumbles to dust as you stare up at the same ceiling you've have seen for the last couple of years. Your racing heart slowly descends from its high as you come to terms with your surroundings. Your body melts back into the bed as your tired eyes squint towards the window. Soft gossamer streaks of light filtering in through the gaps of the blinds. Huh? It's still day. You surprised you haven't slept through the day again. You slowly realize that the buzzing has not yet ceased. The thumping of you instantly thought was in your head was instead coming from under your pillow or alarm clock. Allowing your arms to move as you dig around under the fluff, you find the source of the constant tremors. Your phone. Your mother's calling. The hole in your chest expands just a little, nibbling your lip as you debate whether to or not to answer her call. In the end, you shake like shaky fingers, press the answer button. Immediately, you're bombarded with shrill shrieks reverberating through your ears. You move the phone away from your ear as your mother screams. What should I scream about now? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Why have you not been answering? I have been ringing your phone for almost 20 minutes now, and you still haven't picked up. Well, I was asleep. I'm sorry. Your voice comes out weak, roughened at the edges by how little you've spoken in a while. You've been ignoring all my messages as well. I can't believe this is the child I've raised. Did I ever teach you to be this rude? I sure don't remember that, and neither does your father. I'm gonna take a guess and say, there's a reason I'm ignoring you. There's a reason. And it's not me. It's you, mother. She does that a lot, cutting off your words, cutting off your ideas, cutting off your hope. You just messaged me saying that you've been fired and asking if you can borrow some money before refusing to answer my text and calls. How have you been fired again? How have you been fired again? How? Tell me, child. Okay, I want to know because I've never... Oh, you completely forgot about that. You were recently fired from your cashier job. They claimed you were never focused and that you just drifted around aimlessly without completing any of your tasks. Wait, they fire you for that? Where is this? Because I'd have some people that literally do that all the time and we're still there. They're still there. All jokes aside. As a cashier, you're supposed to stand in that little area, right? That's not the only time you saw as once of expression on your face is when you were typing away on your phone about some actor. You had tried your best. You really did. The only time they saw an ounce expression on your face. Oh, so we were just like texting. Yeah, you might have to focus a little bit. You had tried your best. You really did. You didn't want to be fired. No one does, but it's hard to work when everyone looks at you like you're something small, something pathetic, looking at you with pity. It's like, no, they just forced more work on me. Then again, I already had the work done, so yeah. You let out a soft sigh. Hope your mother didn't catch it as you closed your eyes, trying to still yourself from continuing the conversation. Like I like my job. I have exercise. Yes, your dad is still working as usual job. You could warn a thing or two from him. He's finally gotten promoted after 20 years. Isn't that wonderful? It took him 20 years to be promoted. I've had faster than that. Honestly, I don't know why you're just so lazy. I'm trying my best to support you. Yet it seems like all my attempts are futile. Her voice cracks when with her shrill screams, starts to speak. You can hear her heaving breaths she's having to take to keep up with her rage. Tried. I just can't believe it. I don't mind giving you money, sweetheart, but you need to grow up and learn to manage yourself. You're 29. 29! You're humming mindlessly as your mind starts to drift away into the clouds. It's the same as always. The same... I'm never gonna say it. Crashing against your mind, hoping to one day clash so hard they finally break you apart, so you can finally build up how she wants you to. Okay, Mom sounds like a narcissist. You can never get a single word in. Not that it was anything to say. Everything you would ever want to say dies down your tongue before you can even try swallowing it back like bile. I could ask my dad to be. Not my mom. The very sound of her voice coats your tongue with a taste similar to better women. They never really liked sour things. So he chose to tune her out. Like a radio with dials turned to the same song for years. It's on loop. It's easy to slide into the depths you become so familiar with. Your mind plays the same melody. Okay, my mind will do the same melody. I have the Hotel 2 soundtrack on my mind in my head for a month now. A worthless, pathetic, frickin' loser. You can't do anything correctly. Can you? Your mother's right. 29 and you can barely hold a job, as well as barely hold yourself together for a single conversation. What's the point of you being here? I can't hold myself for a conversation, really. Because of stutters, but you feel your body numbing, feeling the sticky tendrils of gloom take over you again, but I think we're just depressed. Your eyes slowly drift over to the number of posters stuck on the wall beside your bed, all with eyes that sparkle with the shine of 1,000 stars. You feel the warmth again. The burning warmth that devoured every beat of your heart. I'm gonna take a guess. This is our... Suddenly remember your dream. You're about to remember reminiscence to the memory when suddenly a screech echo from your phone breaks you from your slumber. Are you even listening? Speak up. I can't even hear you. You're still there? I don't think it actually matters, but just in the car, just keep listening to her complain. Keep listening. You don't even realize you had been zoned out. You've zoned out for so long. Take a peek at the phone's timer. You realize the call had been connected for 10 minutes already. She must have been enjoying the sound of her phone voice if she only realized it just now that a choked sob echoes from the other side of the phone. You freeze. A cold wave of fear crashes over you. You open your mouth, a voice coming out shakily. Mom? A noxious cry shatters the tiny silence, and as soon as you realize your mother is crying on the other side of the phone, guilt calls at your chest. She weeps, and you don't know what to do. You feel small again, like a powerless child, and you push through your own tremors to try to salvage the situation. Mom, I'm listening, I promise. I promise, you stammer, sitting up as your mind races frantically. I promise I was listening. Don't cry. Why are you crying? You question softly, voice quiet, hoping it would set her off even more. However, it seemed to have backfired as the cries heightened in volume. I've been trying so hard to help you, my sweetheart, but it seems like you don't care. Why don't you care? It's called depression. She cries woefully, hiccuping through her words. Won't you listen to me for once, please? I just can't stay here watching you fail again and again. Imar's desperate cries chip away at you quickly, shattering your resolve like glass. It felt as if your chest was caving in from the gales, and you nibbled on your bottom lip that quivered from your nerves. She is right, isn't she? No, she isn't. You don't know anymore. She was wearing away at the very time she called, and now you're lost your job once again. Everything felt lost. You're once again broken out of your slumber when your mother's sniffles reached you again, her words coming out shaky and wet. How about this, yeah? She starts, for my love, just please, just try to apply to jobs today, yeah? Mom wants to help, baby. I just want what's best for you. Oh, I can look for some jobs in the city. You can move back. Wouldn't that be lovely? Okay, does Mom just want us to be with her? Okay. Moving back in with me and Dad. We'll help you out, darling, I swear. Your mother spinning words out of her mouth at such a fastened pace, your mind rolling up with the avalanche of information given to you. Avalanche of information given to you. You thought about it, what she said, going over the options. Thought about what would be best versus what you would want. Agreed to look for jobs, refused the possibility of going back to the city, refused the possibility of moving back in. Oh, I was gonna say, is it the same one? Agree to look for jobs. Agree for the possibility of going back to the city. Refused the possibility of moving back in. Well, I'm gonna go with this one. Agree to look for jobs. Agree for the possibility of going back to the city. Agree to the possibility of moving back in. I mean, how much is the rent? Probably cheaper. I'll look for jobs, Mom. He starts, voice trembling out like pebbles from a cracking cliff. You're right, I swear I will. You take a deep breath before you continue, nerves thumping under your skin. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. Just one more here, okay? I really like this here. I like it here. I just want to try again. See if I can keep a job. Something feels panicked as the line remains quiet. Did she get upset? You scrambled to continue. I'm so grateful. I'm super grateful that you've been helping me. I just want to do stuff by myself. It doesn't work out. I'll come back. I'll go back to the city and maybe you nip your lip, nervous should you move back in. You let out a tired sigh, your shoulders dripping from the weight of the tension running through your bones. I can even move back in, find my footing again, and I'll help you guys out too. Well, I can to make it on my own. Is that fine? Your voice turns to whisper, by the end, and you wait for your mother's response. The silence doesn't last long as your mother lets out a delayed squeal. It doesn't fill you with hope. Oh good, you're such a wonderful child, my sweet darling. Mom will get everything ready. Maybe you can even get back into studying. Remember, you dropped out. Oh, I did drop out. Oh, I'm so glad. And Mark chirps, voice light and ooting, as if the previous meltdown did not exist. I think it was a fake meltdown. Mom, I'm still gonna try here. Remember, you tried to continue, but it's like your mother's is a vacuum. No sound reaching her ears. Oh yeah, I think it goes out 1 year out there. Don't worry, Mom. We'll sort everything out. Love you, darling. Mother sounds like the mom, the better awful from, Tangled. With a deep beep, you mutter in the call, leaving you to wander in your own thoughts. Your eyes wander over the posters beside your bed, and you feel the tension melt away from your body. You let out a whisper of a sigh fall on your lips, basking the glow only they could provide to you. Your star. Your soft smile creeps onto your face, your chest erupting with a fire, disdainously bright. You can only hope to be half as much as what they are. Just thinking about them gives you the sense to try again. How else would you keep up with them and their activities? You need some form of income. And so you pull your weary body out of bed for the first time in a few days, sluggish legs dragging over the side as you stand up. You wobble like a newborn chick due to not having used your legs for anything except tossing and turning in bed. You drag yourself down to your small setup, a small laptop set atop a tiny table. A soft crack echoes from your back as you hunch over, turning your device on. Hopefully this time you find something that will last. Hopefully. Your fingers glide across the keyboard, soft clicks and clanks dancing in the air as you look up job websites. You had dropped out of university. The pressure had gone to you, and it just could not keep up. This resulted in you not having any higher education qualifications, making it hard for you to find any jobs above minimum wage. You weren't always like this. You've been considered a smart child when you were young, always passing exams with flying colors. Oh, so your apology. That's probably why everything, because this actually happens to quite a few. Your parents smiled more back then, looked at you more fondly. But with success came expectations. With expectations weighed too heavy on your fragile little soul. The moment at 14, when your teacher handed you the paper with the numbers 58 over 100 written on them, it felt like your soul craved in. Yes, it was a passing mark, but everything else was looking at you. I'm gonna hate to break it to us. 58. That's 58%. That's not a passing grade. Now, if it was 68, then it would be. No, 68 will be a D, which would be barely passing. C would be average. At least 78. Yes, it was a passing mark, but everyone was looking at you. They were looking at you as if they couldn't believe it. The way your parents' eyes changed when you brought back the report, as if you had failed, and that terrified you. And that fear led you to freeze, to refuse, to run, and you stopped trying then. If you didn't try in the first place, you wouldn't fail. You take a swig of the old water bottle hanging on your desk to bring yourself back to reality. It must have been there for weeks now. Water's water. You muse as you take your deep breath and look through the listings. Okay, I want to read it. Job listing 1. Work as assistant for a painter in Newtown. You need someone to visit neighboring towns to act as a salesperson for his art. Pay is commission-based. This is job number 2. A full-time nanny, $8 8 pounds per hour. Needed at all times. No conversing, no distractions, no friend making, no breathing. So, job number 2 wants a zombie. Good to know. This is job number 3. Bus driver, 6 pounds per hour. Must have a license or not. We don't really care as long as someone wants to deal with the craziest to get on this damn bus. Dumb bus. Okay, I'll do the bus driver. Sit down, kids. I don't know how to drive a bus. I could drive a car. This is job number 4. Made for the manor that is definitely not haunted by vampires. Housing, food, clothes, and employee benefit to provide. 42 pounds per hour. Must be able to deal with angelic people. Mobility rate for this role is very high, but don't worry. You will stay unharmed, probably. I'll take that job. You had me on vampires, not even the wage. This is job number 5. Looking for my 1000th husband. Is this the same person for the vampire right here? This is job number 6. Can come work for only Jones. It's worth it, trust me. You muse as you take a deep breath and look through the listings. The first listing catches your eye. It's a role for a full-time nanny. Yeah, I think they want zombie. But that must be for the Ratter family. The town was small, with under 400 people, but there is an influential family that resides upon the hill at the base of the town. Fueled by generational wealth and ego, their family have reside here for decades, treating others like nothing but pests. Definitely them, because they don't want people breathing. Just give them a book on necromancy. Some Rising the Dead. There you go. The town was small. Okay, wait, did I? No conversing, no distractions, no breathing. Yeah, I would do this one. You whisper baffled. What type of job even is this? Well, it's even more crazy than the vampire one. Should you apply? Nah, I think they want zombie. I breathe a lot. I have asthma. Skip. What the heck? You skip over that one, not wanting to deal with the rich snobs that could ruin your life with a snap of their fingers. You move to the next listing. Bus driver? Huh. You hum, considering the option. It won't be too hard, per se. You probably potentially have to take a course. Bus driving around all day doesn't sound too hard. When you have to pee, you might. Especially since it was easy to navigate around town, and most of the faces were familiar. Yeah, I would be hitting stuff by accident. Can't see over the dash. But you were also prone for daydreaming, drifting off into your own head. Yeah, that's why we're not a good bus driver. Vampire chow on their hand. You don't know if it was a good idea to be driving a bus full of people when you easily slip off into your own mind. Actually, all jokes aside, I do have a wild imagination and I can still drive. You don't want to be charged with accidental homicide. Sheep eye, skip. Because you have to have a different kind of license for it. To do a bus. Maybe it's not safe. You skip over this one, designed to preserve the sanctuary and safety of the roads, making sure you weren't on them. The last one you see in this listing, for assistance, especially new pair in town. What about this one? I want to be the maid. New painter? The question wrecking your memory for anyone that comes to mind. There weren't any artisans within the town. Most people were here survived off simple, day-to-day jobs, keeping the town running. You haven't heard of anything recently, but then again, he had been holed up in your room for the last few days with no connection to the outside world. How interesting. Maybe the town's newspaper could tell you something. Damn, we can't go yes to the vampire. I think they knew I would probably say yes. The vampires, your fingers nimbly look over your local newspaper online, hoping to gather more information about the new arrivals in town to see if this job was worth it or not. Not many people read the newspaper anymore, so not since the digital age started. The only ones that ever read the papers were elders that roamed the streets, gossiping away the last years of their lives, or when you see a very interesting article. They had an affinity for the newspapers, having old copies screwed about the room. The photos, the print ink, the crinkling of the paper. It felt real, tangible to you. It's a shame you haven't gone a recent paper. You click onto the newspaper website, and your heart watches violently. Oh, I want to read this. Your chest roars with the volume of your beating heart, echoing through your ears. Leo da Vinci is alive. Okay, I want to read this one. Leonardo da Vinci is rumored to be alive. Rumors started with a crazed woman begged to be returned to the love of her life, Leonardo da Vinci, begging to find the door, and with specialists tried to reason with her. She refused, claiming she must make her way back to him. She ran to Paris, determined to find him again. A few weeks later, she returns with a man, a painter she claimed to have painted so alike to the original Leonardo that now people are believing her claims. Or he just very talented and scamming her. Okay, A-list actor in town. The newest star spotted filming at the village manor. Wait, we could have gone to work at the... I will look at see what happens next. Sage Benson has run off with their boyfriends, with one of them being older and other looking like a woman. Astar, I can't even pronounce the name, has been spotted in town with their new movie Lost&Found. Blah blah blah. He has been spotted in the old manor outside the town, filming a mysterious romance movie with actress. I'm not gonna butcher her name. So, also known as the movie's diva. Blah blah blah. Okay, as this. Your chest roars with the volume of your breathing heart, echoing through your ears, through to your ears. Your mouth runs dry, even after the large gulps of water you had swallowed earlier, and all you can taste is bitterness. Your hands shake as you stare at the image, glazing your screen, eyes blink in rapid succession. On the front page of the newspaper, it was them. Of actor we like. Your star. The headlines. The newest superstar has landed in our quaint little town to film their upcoming new film. How did the reporters find them? Their management has been silent since the movie production was announced, making sure to keep it under wraps, at least any mischievous people attempt to reach your star. At least you tried to reach them. Are we the Yandere here? It must have been a coincidence. It must have been. How did they find out before you? No, that's not possible. You fuse. You were. It was meant to be you who found out first. Definitely might be Yandere. The serotonin cord wraps around your ankle violently, whispering dangerous things into your mind. It should have been you. You had one purpose, and even now you still fail at it. How could you do this to them, to your star? Jealousy tears widely at your chest, thumbing under your surface of your skin. How could this have happened? It should have. It's not meant to work like this. Bile rises up from your throat, but you swallow it down, trying to calm yourself. Before the terror can settle in your dipper, a soft wave of warmth slowly devours the snake, ushering it back into hiding. They're here. They're near you. You could finally reach them again. Again, so we've done it before. This could be your chance. You could finally reach towards your star. Feel their heart, their warmth, their gaze that has kept you real. A soft, shaky laugh bubbles from the depth of your chest. As you sway, lean down forward to type in a URL of your blog. Finally, have the chance again. Guinness takes over you as you start to type away, hands flying across the keyboard as you express excitement. This was a blog you split everything into, under the name Gale. Your opinions, your admiration, your desire to see them grow, to see them flourish. Everything was laid into this blog. The excitement thumbs through you like a melody, rambling on about how this time has finally arrived and you can finally feel worthy again. Another wrath tumbles out of you, hands going to hold the necklace draped across your skin. He made sure not to write out any split details. No, you can't have anyone else intruding on this faded opportunity. Not that they were anyone who really knew of your blog. The cosmos had a line just for you. This was yours, and yours alone. Through the rush of excitement, you go back to the newspaper, staring at the image before your eyes drifted over to advertisements. There was an empty slot, an ad for hire. Maybe it was the excitement, maybe once again your stupidity, but you decide to email the newspaper to hire the space. You could advertise your photography skills, see if anyone needs them. You have always been a photographer. No, you only started in university when you were 22. But you believed in yourself, you believed in your abilities. And so you rashly decide to hire the ad space using some of your savings. Maybe it was idiotic, but you couldn't care less at the moment, riding from the high of getting the chance to see your star again. Your body's buzzing where you're sitting on the floor, a smile pumping your cheeks. Pumping your cheeks. You take a deep breath, try to calm yourself. Your hands tremble where it holds your necklace, a silver key dangling from the chain. The single key held the weight of the world to you, and the feeling of its weight against your skin, your palm familiar, like the familiarity you had with the sun rays dancing dimly across your skin. You should open it. Your hands move on your own, closing the tabs when you go back to the job listing tab. Okay, this is a new one. Oh, new job just in. This is us. Oh no, that was a different one. Intern needed for a new gossip blog of city newspaper. If you have talents in photography, unveiling secrets to apply here. Starting rate £9 per hour, but can increase based on performance. At least 12 hours of work needed to be complete every week. Oh, that was us. A new listing has uploaded a position in a big city far from here. An intern for a newspaper magazine. The pay is decent. We're getting paid but more than being a nanny. To be intern, the pay is decent and the hours weren't bad. Plus, it give you a chance to try something you were actually passionate about. The thought hums in your mind. Should you apply? Yes. Something you tells you to apply, so you did. You close your laptop slowly, as if any faster would break the delicate silence that now hung in the room. Everything is still. Your body pauses, a shaky breath escaping you. Yeah, I should open it. As if controlled by invisible force, your body moves to stand up. Posture straining as your head level. Whenever it came to this, your body never felt like your own. It's always felt like you became someone new, someone worthy. You've done this for years, but it's always felt the same. That's all. The encapsulating feeling. The shiver that runs through your body phases through your bloodstream, from your head to your toes. You knew the routine by heart. You knew exactly what to do. Softly your feet patted slowly over the closet. A steady rhythm. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Each step forward to each foot, for each foot. You stood center, right in front of the place that always remained locked. Trembling hands reach up to your neck, slowly unclasping the necklace that buried itself into your chest for so long. You make sure the chains fall properly around your hand like a rosemary. It felt fitting. The shiver of the key, glaring in the light, teasing you with what's to come, torching you with the weight of what it was. You take a deep breath, holding it for 3 seconds, letting it go for 5. And on the exhale, you push in. The key entered the slot perfectly. You turn it slowly, patiently, until you hear the soft click of the doors unlocking. You step in, and you feel yourself fall to your knees with little grace, but all the weight of devotion. A shaky, trembling breath leaves your mouth as you hold the key in your hands tightly. Your eyes remain closed, not yet, you think. There was discipline to this. Discipline you have forged and steeled over years. You must do it right. It was the only thing you could do right. You keep your head bowed, knees pressed together perfectly, and your hands remain balled into fists, wrapping around the piece of silver. You count 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to say it. The 1 is actually I. And most of this, so I think you need to fix that. That kind of goes like I, 0. Like, is it state 0? And as you reach 10, you raise your head. Okay, we have it. We are Yandere. So your eyes open, gaze remaining on the floor before gently raising upwards. A soft whimper escapes your eyes, locked on the mantelpiece. Your heart drumming against your ribcage, begging to bleed out with the intensity of it all. There they are. Your star. Your darling star. There they stood in all their glory, the weight of 1,000 eyes piercing into your soul, pulling you apart, putting you back together again. Your chest cracks, sputters and tears apart, and you feel as if you can finally lay your soul bare. You have breathing in deeply. You heave, breathing in deeply, and familiar scent of old papers, the forgotten wood frames, and the ink of the pictures floating into you. This is the only place you feel safe, the only place you feel seen. From the very first moment they locked eyes with you, you felt purpose. They were everything to you, and you would become everything to them. That's the last thing we do. You're the one who remembered who they were, the one who remembers who they are, and the one who will remember them forevermore. It was never fleeting. No. They were too special for that. Too beautiful. Much too bright to be out so quickly. You had sat there from the start, and you will continue to watch until the very end. And they were the brightest star you had ever encountered, and you wanted to feel their frames lick your skin once again. To feel the burn and etch it into your skin, to scar yourself with the memory. Every day your journey to gather more and more of them continues. Foes, memorabilia, everything. You collect them all. Collect all that you can, so much as you can. One day you will have them all. Except for the very limited edition stuff only one person can have. One day you will have them. Like a distant sun, they devour your every thought, every fiber of your being, until there's nothing left. There's definitely Yandere form. Nothing left for you. That's all that is left of them. We're gonna try to kidnap them. Underneath your skin, they burn and blaze, devouring into your bones, breaking your ribs apart to make space for themselves. All that you are is because of them. And with all that you are, you think and you repent. At the pew of your star, you kneel, this key burning its way into your head, in your hand. The chains trail across your knuckles like holy tears. Your knees hurt, even with the cushion underneath them, but the pain is nothing, if not deserved. You stare desire, regret burning into your eyes. You let out a shaky breath once more, whispers delicate dancing from your lips like a prayer. I promise, my star. I promise I will find my way to you again. And that was Lost and Found. Thank you so much for playing the demo for Lost and Found. This is our very first project, and we'll continue working on getting the story out for y'all. Hope you have fun and follow us on Tumblr at Lost and Found VN. And yeah, that was Lost and Found. If you like my content, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, comment down below, and liking the video. I'll see you guys next time.